Good morning, racers. This is John from Race AXC, and I'm out here right now with the hometown hero, Chris Lauro. We are at the POC XC course. Gonna spin a lap on our Bike Barn racing machines. Come and join us. All right, let's do this. We are on the final Bike Barn track preview ride. I'm with my man, Chris Lauro. Chris, this has got to be the best commute for any mountain bike race you've ever done in the history of your career, I'm guessing.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm stoked to be so close to home and be at a property that I'm pretty familiar with and have done some dirt bike races here. So it's just kind of like a little bit of a dream come true to end the season off like this. It's been a long year and a lot of travel, so the 9-minute commute from my driveway was just what I needed. So
that's so awesome, so cool. And there's something about when you're racing or riding at a place close by home and you can get up in your own bed. Also, the rocks and the roots are, you know, similar terrain to what you've been riding for your whole life. Pretty cool feeling.
Yeah, absolutely. It's got a lot of home feel. The terrain in these parts is definitely different than what most people are used to riding mountain bikes on, in my opinion. It's deceivingly technical, so hoping we can put together one good race before the season's over and chalk it up, get ready for next year.
Heck yeah. Yeah, so right off the start there, you have a fast gravel road, and immediately you kind of dip into some multi-line trail that'll kind of break things up. This stuff right here, pretty rooty, pretty awkward before you hop back out onto another gravel road. And long story short, it's gonna be fast out the gate. There's not a ton of tight stuff in this first section. I suspect you guys are gonna be throwing down the watts for probably the first 2 minutes until you get into that tight single track.
Yeah, I think it's gonna be a bit of a dogfight up this fire road here. If you make the lead group, you'll know by the time we're over the crest of this little guy, and then we hit some of the single track, and it's gonna get dicey for sure. I think this course is really going to come off as, like I said earlier, deceivingly technical because of the speeds you're gonna be hitting everything at. So it's gonna be really cool. It's gonna race, I think, a lot differently than even the other courses we've ridden so far this year. So
yeah, I like the way you put that, because Southwick kind of caught me off guard. Yeah, there were not any rocks or roots really, but like you mentioned, the speeds were so high, it almost made it more technical than, say, a slow rock garden.
Yeah, exactly. Like,
just trying to keep that front end from sliding out through some of those corners it required a lot of skill.
Yeah, like this trail right here doesn't look like much on camera, but wants to put the bike everywhere, and there's a lot of little edges and bumps and roots and rolls and lines that really are gonna kind of test you. So
100%. Just another really unique venue too. It's not like anything else. I guess dirt wise, I would say the closest thing is Southwick, but it's got its own feel to it and pretty cool. We got a lot of
trail crew sighting.
We got a lot of rain. I think it was Monday. We got 2 inches of rain here, which this place, it's been really dry this season, and this place is kind of like sandy and marbly, so that rain really helped and I think tightened up a lot of the sections here. Speaking of tight sections, this is the tightest trail you're gonna ride at a Race AXC event all year right here.
Yes, we've got the bar banger right here.
Yep,
Eyes up.
If you don't have bars that are cut down a little bit, you might be on your toes a little bit in this section.
Yeah, you might want to get the pipe cutters out this weekend for this section right here. I know there was some trail work done out here too, just to make sure it was wide enough for most handlebars, but definitely add some great parities. A lot of the rest of the course is definitely wide open, high speed, and just when you think you have it figured out, you come into that and it's like, oh, whoa, okay, this isn't all the same.
Really is a nice blend, just keeping everyone on their toes, fast, and then a section like that just also makes it so that, you know, for the people out there that they're more old school, tight, technical mountain bike racers, they have a little bit of something that maybe they had the edge on compared to, say, this section where it's going to be all power.
Yeah, this one definitely gets rolling pretty good. We had quite a bit of rain, so started off a little bit soft today, but I think by the time we get some bikes through here on Saturday, we should be moving pretty quick through this section of the course for sure. So
yeah, you guys will have a freight train going through here. Chris, what so far you've done everything this year from race day to the UCI Pro Cup stuff. How's your season been going? What was your standout performance? And maybe a race you wish you could have done over?
So yeah, definitely I've had a very diverse year. This has been my first season really like chasing that pro level mountain biking. The year has not gone how I thought it would go, but it's gone exactly how I wanted it to, as far as how much experience I've gained. Oh, a little tight. Yeah, I think my best performance of the year at a race day event was actually the first round.
Right on.
I thought I was in about 10th or 11th place for most of the race, and definitely a stacked field that day, so it was good to come off swinging like that, but ultimately I kind of dug myself a little bit of a physical hole that I had a hard time getting out of all year, so it's definitely held me back a bit, and I wish I could have done better at some of the courses that I really enjoyed. Like Thunder felt like right in my wheelhouse, and I actually had to DNF that day due to something I had going on physically, but yeah, it's been so cool to travel the country and learn all these race tracks, you know, for the upcoming seasons, and just gain a lot of experience that you're really only going to get by doing it. So yeah, it's been all in all a great year. Results are only meaningful to those chasing them. So
yeah, I feel like, you know, with my promoter hat on from the outside looking in, I'm super proud of everything you accomplished. It's tough to remember when you're on the starting line, there's 30 other pros out there that, you know, a few years removed, you were racing dirt bikes, and really, I would consider somewhat of a rookie or a newbie, you know? So the fact that you transitioned into the sport that is so much different, I think, yeah, you should be proud of yourself, and it seems like this is the place to be when it comes to talent in mountain biking right now in New England.
absolutely, yeah.
So yeah, a lot of those races we had 30 plus pros on the line, and guys that, you know, as a mountain bike racer myself, I'm used to seeing on the podium are now back in 15th, 17th, 12th. It's just like a kind of a recalibration as far as what a good turnout, I mean, finish in the pro class is, you know. So
Yeah, absolutely.
hats off to you and everyone else who's, yeah, battling for those pro spots.
Yeah, thank you. It's been a really cool year, and the series has gotten so much attention, and we've had, you know, some World Cup racers come out already, you know, within the infancy of the first season, and I just think that is a testament to you and your promoting abilities and knowing how to run an event. And obviously I'm very familiar with the J-Day series and yourself, but to those who don't know, that J-Day off-road was such a magnitude shift of the sport of off-road motorcycles, and I can see that happening here with the mountain bikes now as well.
Definitely lots of passing here.
Yeah, for sure.
Multiple lines throughout the entire course.
Little punch right here.
This is a good punch.
A little out of the saddle, and
so this, it would be really close whether this is the least amount of climbing or Southwick, but they're both 200 and some change of elevation gain per lap. So a very, very flat course considering, except for the Cannondale corridor.
yeah, this course is, the beginning of it is certainly flat compared to everything we've seen throughout the series this year, especially in comparison to the ski mountain resorts. But this Cannondale corridor that we're making our way over to right now is, I want to say, all the elevation on the entire course, John.
It literally is. I think you're exactly right. I think about 200 feet come from this single climb coming up. So yeah, the Cannondale corridor for the first time this year is going up instead of down, and it's a bruiser. You have to use power, but it's also pretty rooty. I don't want to say technical, but it is kind of tough to lay down traction. So yeah, it's very unique, and I think really keeps everyone honest on a course that is pretty flat.
Yeah, this one's gonna pack a punch. We're entering it right now after some janky single track, which kind of gets the heart rate going a little bit higher than you want, as you can probably hear.
Yeah, this is, don't let the camera fool you. We're going up a pretty good punch right now.
Yeah, a lot of lines in here. You can kind of let the bike wander around, maybe turn your brain off for a moment.
Yeah. There's not much to concentrate on other than just suffering on this one.
Yeah, absolutely. Back in the dirt bike racing days at this property, this climb was called Monza Hill, as there's a burnt down Monza, I don't know what brand of automobile that is, but it's in the woods, and you can see it in the distance from the Dirt Church launch, which is really cool.
Right on.
So
that's cool. I did not know that.
A little local history for you. Learned that one from Pete Tanner, who helped get this venue going. He's familiar with the landowners, and he's been putting on a Netra hare scramble race here for a few years now, which you can see the remnants of that on the property, and it's a really cool place and somewhere that not many people know of. So
yeah, big shout out to Pete Tanner. You'll see him out there racing the e-bikes, but he's been humongous in the two-wheel scene the last 30 years or so, helping put on events, professional racer himself. Thank you, Pete. Here's the Dirt Church launch.
came on clip. That was horrifying.
Oh, that is a blast. That is a blast. Our final Dirt Church launch of the season. Really cool downhill little double.
Sneaky little corner right there. A couple different ways to line yourself up for it. Yeah, absolutely such a diverse course.
While we're giving props, I also want to say thanks to Derek Franklin. He was the one who built that Dirt Church launch and did a fantastic job with it. He's helped us out at a few events this year, He's a racer as well. You'll see him in the e-bike division and just donating his time because he's really into the scene. And yeah, amazing to have help from passionate guys like him. All right, so we got another power section right here. I expect this to get packed down pretty good, but
yeah, it's rolling pretty good right now.
Basically a gravel road.
Get some speed going, and it might not be the best place to rest, just because we'll be coming up to the end of the lap. You're probably going to want to keep the momentum going and maybe choose a few spots earlier on in the lap to, you know, grab that water bottle, do what you need to do to keep the race moving. But
especially on the last lap, I'd imagine that section will be where some passes are made.
Yeah,
it tightens up pretty good right here.
Yeah, it tightens up into some nice flowy little trail. Then for you technical guys, we've got a little bit of slime, some roots. Even got a nice little wooden bridge over here. I believe that was made by some of the Roadie Rovers, the local motorcycle club around here. So
big thanks to those guys.
Yeah, this should dry up fantastic come Sunday morning for the first heats, but keeps you on your toes right now for sure.
Chris, before we finish this lap, it is the Bike Barn track preview, and I want to take a second to notice you're on a Bike Barn racing backed bicycle right now, so maybe say a few words about those guys and the other people helping you out.
Absolutely. I mean, John Peterson at Bike Barn has been a believer in myself all year and has overextended his kindness to me, helping me get parts and bikes and, you know, things that he doesn't have to do at a moment's notice. The owner, Kevin, over there, is fantastic as well. Big supporter of mine. I remember I bought a bicycle 2 or 3 years ago from them off of a whim, as my local shop didn't have anything at the time, and they're definitely not the closest to my house, but it's worth the 1.5-hour drive there every time, and couldn't be more thankful for those guys, along with Eric Grondel over at Alias MX, helping me out with the apparel side of things and getting me some cool logos, and Fusion Coffee Company, Doug over there, getting me dialed in and running some logos. And yeah, so many people to thank, and I really just want to thank my dad for coming out to all these races as well and handing me bottles, and John Day himself for putting on this incredible series that we're so fortunate to be a part of. And yeah, I couldn't be any more stoked, and just looking forward to the future and improving and continuing. So
amen, man.
Yeah, thank you so much for the opportunity. This one really meant a lot to me, so thank you.
Thank you for that, and we'll see you on race day.